Sash. The adaptation we took in reference to this particular sash basically came from the designs and motifs produced by other artists prior to my generation. And I know for a fact that there's only one other artist that has created a belt in this fashion. So this is one of two one-of-a-kind pieces that was created. This particular belt incorporates the Ivanyo symbol. Within the Southwest, the Ivanyo symbol is symbolic of fertility and mainly moisture. When this particular deity is idolized within the pueblos, it's a reference to bringing rain and also bringing fertility to the women. And my interpretation of putting it on a rain sash coincides with the symbolism of the deity itself. The tapestries date back to the 1600s BC, back when they wove basically with plant fibers, incorporating hairs that were collected from packs of animals, that dogs, that wolves that they had domesticated, turkeys, and also trade feathers that came from Mexico. They would actually split the fibers and twist them into the blast fibers to create any type of tapestry. Then in 1100 AD, along the Magellan Rim, they brought cotton into the area, and cotton was domesticated, milled, and ginned using basic prehistoric techniques by carding and then washing. Once that was done, woven pieces would be able to be fastened. Wasn't until the 1800s that the use of cotton was actually discontinued, and the commercial twines took over, along with the coming of domesticated sheep brought wool, which was also used to incorporate by creating particular techniques. We'll be talking about a brocade belt today, which is rarely woven to this day. The semi-brocade is a technique that predates any European contact. The technique is native to this land, born and adopted by the native people, both on backstrap looms and vertical looms. Here is said to symbolize the broad-faced Kachina out of Hopi. This top portion being the feathers, this particular portion being the eyes, and the mouth down on the bottom. But this particular belt is woven in two pieces. First piece here and the second piece are both sewn together, and like all things, symbolizes a lot of the Pueblo culture itself. Red is always the color for eternity, and is also the color for the earth. Green is a vegetation that we hope to grow on the earth, and in this particular belt, which was produced in 1985, we have flower motifs that were actually woven into this particular belt, which also pays homage to the crops, and fertility is hoped to be blessed on the crops, and hence that being the reason why this was incorporated on this particular belt. And we create our pieces to pray, and that's basically what our livelihood is going to be. Should we continue to keep this as our life? We pray when we start, we pray while we're weaving, and we pray while we finish, so that our people will be blessed along with the world with those particular hopes and desires and dreams that we put into our tapestries.